Hey. This is HQ in the house. HQ in the house. I came in here to do story time. Came in here to do letter time. Letters to the marriage, right? Which we love to do on certain days. We love to do these marriage letters, because we want to give good examples or real world examples for people to be able to reference, right? We were supposed to be doing, we were going to talk about the Diddy thing. I thought we were going to talk about the Diddy thing. Thank you. Thank you for that. So we were going to do our marriage letters, because we all need help sometime when it comes to being involved with relationships. So if anybody want to talk about the Diddy thing, and it won't be that many letters because it's late, and people might have things to do, and I don't know what's going on with this, that, and the third. But I'll read one or two, and then we'll see. So let me read this one to see what we could talk about. Said, I recently purchased a house with land. We paid cash. I paid for 45%. He paid 55% with his. These are funds we had prior to our marriage. Not relevant in my perspective, but relevant in his. Whenever we get into a disagreement, he says he bought me this house and I'm not thankful. And that he did this for me and he paid for it. And every argument we have, he threatens to sell it. Which, since the title is in both of our names, I'm not sure how he would do that. I told him last night, the next time he threatens me with selling the house, I will be removing myself from the argument and leaving to cool off, because it's frustrating for me that he says this merely to try and manipulate me to him when all it does is piss me off. Wow. What is a good response next time he says we're selling this house and splitting it? Because I want to scream and go off, but I've been trying to keep my wits about me. He knows this is my dream home. Ouch. Well, the only thing you can say is call his bluff, right? You can call his bluff. Better still, you can put it in motion to tell him he can buy you out of the house. He can buy you out of the portion of the house if he wants the house, and you call his bluff. Okay? The next time he says selling and splitting, tell him okay and offer to buy it from him, right? Start packing his stuff and put him out. You'll either get him to straighten up or he'll walk out the door, right? But the whole point is that you cannot be manipulated like that in a marriage and have the marriage work. That's the worst thing. I remember listening to this panel. This panel was telling me that, does the woman stay because of leverage, or does she stay because of love? It was the dumbest thing ever. But they were saying a woman stays because of love, or she stays because of leverage. And I said, she normally would stay because of love. Why would you be in a relationship in which someone leveraged something against you? Why would you stay in that particular scenario if you were being leveraged, if something was being leveraged against you? That's not a whole healthy relationship. And there's no way that that kind of relationship will last if it's being leveraged. If anything is being leveraged or something is being held over your head to make you stay or make you act a certain way. And so you don't ever deal with any kind of manipulation, anything like that. Okay. And holding it over your head, if you're not in a financial position to leave, you need to get yourself in a financial position to leave. Okay. You need to get yourself into it. Okay. So the whole time is if they make threats, call his bluff. Okay. Don't make threats. Don't make bluffs that you can't follow up on. Okay. And maybe your husband wants an argument. Maybe he wants to fight. Maybe he doesn't like you. But you need to get to the bottom of it, or you call his bluff. And most people don't want to call the bluff because they're scared the person might walk out and you might not have a husband. And I get all that. But what kind of marriage are you going to have if he continues to manipulate you or hold these kind of things over your head? You won't have a marriage. You'll be a hostage within that marriage. And that marriage will end very quickly, or it will end very badly. One of the two. So I say pull the trigger right now. You want to pull the trigger right now. Marriage or letter number 2. My husband 36 and I'm 28. We've been together for 6 years. Oh, the sound is not matching the video. See, I can't tell because my lips are moving with me. It was something wrong with the stream at the beginning too that I couldn't figure out. So I'm moving and then my lips are not moving and it's just weird. It's just off like that. I don't know how to fix it. I don't know how to fix it. Did I get somewhere? Did I go somewhere? Oh, is it still doing that? Or is it weird? Or is it okay? No? No? Still weird. I don't know how to fix it. Oh, shit. I knew it was off, but I couldn't figure out why. Because everything went black for a little bit. It's off by 1 second. Oh, I don't know why it's off like that. I can't tell. Well, don't look at me. Just listen. Okay. My husband and I have been married for 6 years, and we have a 1-year-old son together. Mostly happy marriage before all of this. This happened when we had not been together for very long. I'm pretty sure it was under a 1 year we had been together. Him and his brother have always had a complicated relationship. Sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're not. They go long periods without talking to each other. So back when we first got together, my husband and we had known each other for almost a year. So back when his brother spent a few nights with my now husband at our house, I was staying over my brother's house. I was staying over my boyfriend's house at the time a lot too. Short version is when my boyfriend went to work, his brother made a move on me. He was really aggressive about it and definitely wanted to have sex with me. We had both been drinking. I rejected him. I didn't do anything on my end and nothing horrible happened. I know it was a massive mistake, but neither one of us told my boyfriend. I was scared of losing him, coming between him and his brother, not being believed, etc. My husband and his brother got into a fight recently, and he told my husband, ask him what happened between us that night. I'm sure he phrased it that way to make it sound worse and to hurt my husband. He came home screaming at me, asking me about it, wouldn't calm down. He took our son to his dad's house so we could talk about it and grabbed my phone when he was leaving. I talked him through what happened. He made me give him every detail and we fought. He doesn't know what to believe. Worst argument me and my husband ever had. It was awful. I have thought about it many times over the years and knew the right thing to do was to tell my husband that his brother came on to me. After a few days, I felt like I had no other choice but not to tell him because I didn't do it immediately. And it's his brother. This has been way worse than the worst case scenario I had in my mind. I was thinking I was straight up delusional because he was never going to react well anyway. I never thought he would say it in a way to cause this much damage. They have gotten into arguments before and he has never said anything before. I am hoping his brother can straighten everything out with time. He is full-blown believing worst case scenario, my husband. I am in complete crisis mode and taking my emergency anxiety medication to be able to sleep at all. And this is absolute hell. I don't know where to turn or what to do. There's only so much I can say and deny. I love my husband and I don't want to lose him. Should I reach out to his brother? Any advice is welcome. I need it. Okay. So, your brother-in-law is an asshole. You said he's her husband now, but earlier when this happened, he was her boyfriend. Okay. And now he's been her husband. When the brother-in-law came on to her, it was when they were first together under a year they had been together. And he was her boyfriend. She never told him, and then now she's her husband. He's her husband, but she never said anything. Woo! So the brother is an asshole. Piece of shit. You've never given him a reason to not trust you, but you should have said something. Okay? You should have said something. This is what secrets, those kind of things do. Okay? The minute he did it, the minute the brother-in-law came on to you, the minute you saw your boyfriend next, you should have explained that to your boyfriend. Now it looks as though you were hiding it. So what is that husband? So what is he supposed to think? Okay. What is he supposed to think? Then again, your husband should have trust in you. If you guys have been together 6 years, he should have trust in you and know that you would not cheat. He should know that you're not lying, right? But it's something that you hid, and now the trust has been broken. Okay? Then again, your husband doesn't have much discernment because his brother is despicable, and he doesn't seem to understand that his brother is despicable. And then again, you weren't married to him, and this happened, but still, sisters don't sleep with brothers, and brothers don't sleep with sisters, and they just don't do that. Okay. And I don't know what to say and how to get you out of this one thing. But I will tell you this. Relationships are built on trust and respect. If one of those pillars get knocked over or get bruised or battered, it's oftentimes it's the end of that relationship. 9 times out of 10, it's the end of that relationship. If you lose one or the other, here's the thing. You didn't trust your spouse. enough to confide in them. That was a major, major breach of trust. If you can't even trust your life partner when something weird, traumatic, and out of ordinary happens, then what trust are you showing your spouse? Okay, because basically what you're saying is you want to be in a relationship by yourself. You want to have this trust and respect all on your own instead of trusting your partner. And once you've broken that trust, which you didn't do it deliberately, you did it inadvertently, your spouse is going to think that there might be other major things going on in that relationship if you're not honest about that. Okay. You are allowed to share what you want to with you're allowed to share what you want to with your spouse or whoever you want to share it with, but you cannot dictate how people respond. Okay. And then they can only assume that you don't trust them enough to come forward with something like this. I would have told the truth and let the chips fall where they may. I'd rather us break up on a truthful note than to break up on a false note that the piece of shit brother did. Okay. I understand you're caught between a rock and a hard place, but there's no good without respect and trust. Nothing works. Okay. There's nothing good. Okay. So you have to deal with the fallout. Can you gain the trust back or the respect back? I'm going to be blunt with you. It's going to take a long time, or if at all, because it's in his mind. And no matter how many no, I didn't do it, he's still going to think you did it. He's still going to think something. So it will take a long time or it won't happen at all. So these are the consequences of breaking trust and respect. I don't have any advice for you, but I do say you have to be patient and you cannot dictate how they respond if you're going to stay. If you're going to stay, then you have to navigate through the pain that you have caused that person. And you need to be humble in your effort in doing so. Okay. Next letter. About 3 months ago, my husband started treating me badly. The only question, did something happen? No, nothing happened like first base. The brother-in-law came on to her and she rebuffed his advances. Okay. But she never told her boyfriend at the time that his brother came on to her. So the brother got really, really aggressive with it, almost getting to first base. He got really aggressive with it, but she never told her boyfriend, his brother. So his brother got mad one night and then told him, hey, I was with your girl. I kissed your girl. I felt up on your girl. I saw your girl, whatever. And she let somebody else put the story into her husband's head. It would have been better if she would have been the one to say something, because then she could go to him and say, I told you your brother is X, Y, and Z. Keep your brother away from me because of X, Y, and Z. She could have the moral authority. She could have the outrage, but now she can't. And now she's lost the respect and she's lost the trust. And how you get that back from a man when he thinks you have betrayed him sexually with the brother, with whoever, I don't know how you get that back. About 3 months ago, my husband started to treat me badly, calling me names, telling or asking me if I was messaging people at work, saying I dressed too sexy. He used to think I was amazing, loved how I dressed, and suddenly everything he loved about me, he used against me in arguments. Something was off. I found out he was Facebook messaging an ex-coworker and commenting on her picture, saying she looked sexy in her pics. When I asked him about it, he said she just lost some weight and she looked cute. I was upset because the word sexy should only be used to comment on your wife or girlfriend. I also found out because I pressed him about his friendship and started getting chickle truths from him that she used to send him topless pics. Whoa. At the beach before we met, and he was single. He said he stopped messaging her and said out of sight, out of mind. All husbands have secrets from their wives. Honestly, I just want to throw up. I don't even know what to think. To me, this is a sign of broken trust. And he keeps saying, you need to trust me, but I don't know if he's being sincere or if he just wants to stop being questioned. I don't want to go through his phone, but I feel there must be more to it than that. I'm devastated. Any advice would be greatly appreciated. Well, I wouldn't even give a damn about going through his phone. A person calling you names is not love. So you don't normalize that. Don't ever normalize that. Calling someone names in a marriage is zero tolerance. Or relationship is zero tolerance. Okay? Respect and love and trust. Not all husbands have secrets from their wives. All cheating and dishonest husbands have secrets from their wives. And beyond his Facebook escapades, he shows signs of being a cheater or someone who wants to cheat from online. There's a good chance he's already wiped away evidence. So if you go through his phone, you're probably going to find, oh no, maybe he done deleted all of that. We don't know. You don't know. That's the whole point. You will never know once he's erased everything. Okay? But you go with your gut. Go with your gut, and what does your gut say? Does your gut say there's more stuff to it? Does your gut say that he could be hiding more stuff? Okay? I think, and this is it. He sounds like he's already cheating or he has the intent to cheat. You need to take it seriously. You need to take this breach of trust in your marriage seriously. He might be in the talking stages of talking to someone, liking her pic, commenting on her pic. He maybe hasn't done any of the deed, slept with anybody. He maybe have not done any of those things. Those are called emotional affairs. Okay? But the way that he's treating you badly, not paying attention to you, all of these things, this is a sign. So if you really want to know the truth and you really want to get to the bottom of it, look through his phone, look through his computer, look through his Apple Watch and all that good stuff. Men very rarely want to be honest when it comes to these things in these revelations. They very rarely want to be honest because for some reason they seem to think if it's quiet, they're quiet enough, it'll go away. That's not how that works. And you have an emotionally cheating husband on your hands. I don't know what you're going to do, but you got to do something. Husband, caught my husband cheating. My husband and I have been married for 4 years, and last night I caught him cheating. I was leaving the grocery store with our child and noticed this car. I thought it was odd because it was like 4 p.m. and I thought should be at work. He called earlier and told me he would be at work until X amount of time, which isn't uncommon. He said he always works late sometime and he would be home after 6 o'clock. I waited by my car. No, I waited in my car with our child for about 10 to 15 minutes. And lo and behold, he walks up hand in hand with a woman, laughing and smiling. First off, the lady's gorgeous. Whoa. She's gorgeous. It says grocery store. I was leaving the grocery store with that child. The lady was absolutely gorgeous and at least 15 years younger than me. Secondly, this man does not hold my hand in public or hug me or touch me in public. He could not keep his hands or mouth off her. Seeing the way he was extremely affectionate with her hurt me to the core because he has never been that way with me. I couldn't stomach them anymore. I drove home. He finally came home around 10 o'clock and acted normal. I'm convinced he's also sleeping with her because he always wears a tank top under his shirts, and lately he's been coming home without one on. I thought maybe it was because it's been hot outside, but now it makes sense. I haven't confronted him about it. I'm not sure I will. I feel completely shattered because I never ever could have dreamt of this man cheating on me. It was never even a thought that even crossed my mind. How can you do this to me and our baby when I saw this man is perfect in every shape, way, and form and fashion since the day we began dating? He has always done all the little things and made my life so much easier. He literally retired me from my job 2 years ago so I could be a stay-at-home mom, like I've always dreamed of. I feel betrayed, and I don't even know what to do. I'm kicking myself for not noticing any changes in his behavior and trying to figure out what I've done to make him cheat on me. If anyone has any ideas. Whew. Wow. Blindsided. Okay. When you get cheated on and it comes out of the blue, it's like a kick in the gut. And it's not about you cheating. This is all about him and his ego. It's not about something you did or you didn't do. You keep saying, what did I do to make him cheat? You didn't do a thing. Okay? That's not how cheating happens. Okay? I know it's hard to go down this particular road. Okay? What did I do? How did I make him cheat? Wow. There's something that's lacking in him. There isn't anything you could have done. Okay. If you were not meeting his needs, that's how communication is supposed to be in a marriage. It's a two-way street, and he decided that he was going to give his attention to someone else and not give his attention to the person that he made his vows to. Okay. But it's never the betrayed person's fault. It's always the person who cheats. Because it's a choice. Cheating is a choice. Cheating is not, well, she got fat and I'm cheating. Or she's talked crazy to me and I cheat. Or she didn't do this and I cheat. No, it's a choice. Okay? Every person that walks into a marriage is supposed to be an adult enough to communicate this. If I came home every night and the woman that I came home to was yeah, I would have to sit her down and be very serious and be very intentional with her. If you continue to speak like this, if you continue to act like this, then I cannot stay married to you. You have to do X, Y, and Z. You have to communicate better, and you have to communicate better with me. See, I don't know what the hell is going on. It's something that happened. Oh. You mean behind my head or totally? But anyway, no one deserves that kind of heartbreak, especially after putting that much love and attention in a relationship. And it's people's fault all the time that they fall into it with people who don't know how to be mature handling when it comes to relationships. It's always going to be, the whole point is the accountability. If you know you're a nagging wife and you know you're one of those nagging husbands, if you know that, your spouse should be able to tell you these things. Okay? They should be able to they should not be afraid to come to you and say X, Y, and Z. But I think that's a lot of our problem. We scared to come to a person and say, hey, you're doing X, Y, and Z, and I can't stand X, Y, and Z. Okay? So you have to have that open road of communication because it's always a choice. We don't wake up every morning and say, could you, maniac, booty goon girl she had up there the other day. No, I don't know who the hell I had. We had the 304. Who could have been a transformer. I don't know. We had that girl. I don't know who the hell were you talking about, but we had that, definitely did that girl. No, but that's what you do, and don't beat yourself up about it. I get it. A lot of people ask, what did they do in the relationship to make the relationship not someone cheat? You don't have to do anything because there's people who are walking around perfect in every way. They do everything perfectly, and their spouse cheats. So I'm saying it's a choice that they want to do what they want to do. So don't ever think that a person cheating is your fault unless you just doing that tit for tat stuff. And most people don't do tit for tat cheating, right? No, the one that wanted to be didn't want no boyfriend. She wanted to sleep with everybody or sleep with whoever she wanted to. I don't know. She was a transformer. Could have been anything. We don't know. But this is my last letter because I can't figure out the screen and it keep going black and it's blinking and all that. But this is my last little letter because I had the earlier stream. Husband wants me to quit my job. I'll start this off by saying he does not make enough money to support the entire family financially. I'm a server, and most weeks I will bring home more money than he does. 2 to 3 days a week, I usually need him to watch the kids for 5 hours after he gets home so I can go to work. I usually rely on family the other days of the week. He informed me that he isn't capable of watching them, and he wants to be able to sleep and doesn't deserve to come home to watch the kids all night. His kids now. I told him that we simply could not afford for me not to work. I said I would quit if he worked more or got a better job. He told me that he wasn't doing it anymore, so figure it out, and he wasn't leaving his current situation. Whoa. I'm very close to asking him to leave over this if he can't watch his children so I can make money for us, then he isn't willing to put in the work. Does anyone have any advice on how to talk to my husband? Get your motherfucking ass up and get your ass the fuck up out of here if you ain't gonna work and support this motherfucking family. If you doing it alone already, then just do it alone, god damn it. Let him go be alone to sleep. Normal men don't act like that. He can't handle 5 hours worth of work to watch the kids. How the fuck does he expect y'all to function as a family? How does he expect y'all to be able to afford anything? Yeah, they need to have a heart to heart, all right. They need to have a heart to heart. He needs to start looking at his children as his children and not a burden. She has to work. When you are at work, she deals with the kids. When she's at work, you have to deal with the kids. And it's not a matter of watching your own kids. Those are your kids. You're not watching your own kids. Those are your kids. Okay. If you're not going to act like a parent, don't dare make them call you daddy then. If you ain't going to act like a daddy, then don't expect to be a daddy. See, this is part of the reason, some of the reasons women leave. They may not tell you why they leave, but they leave for the bullshit reasons like this sometimes. Okay? I would hire a maid. I sure would. I would hire a maid, and then I'd be like, he gonna pay you, and I'm finna work. Or I hire a babysitter and be like, this is they going over to the babysitter house and you paying for it. Okay? But right now, you two people are poor and you have children, which means both of y'all need to get it together. You need to get it together. Okay? He needs to work more hours than what's going on. You need to work a different shift. He needs to work during the day. You need to work at night. No, I can't even. My screen is messing up. This is my last letter. My screen is messing up. Okay. Freeze your credit. Protect your financial. Okay. I was finna say something. No. But my whole point is, no. You two have to work together. You have to work opposite shifts. It is what it is. Opposite shifts. He worked one shift, you work the other shift, and y'all figure it out. Because there's no way y'all can both work and then pay babysitting. You can't afford a babysitter. So since you can't afford a babysitter, one of y'all got to work one shift, the other got to work the other shift, and you got to figure it out. Try to figure out whether y'all got a car, he got a car, you got a car, y'all got to figure it out. Okay? If you don't want to do the basic necessities of being a mother or being a father or whatever, I can't have you here. Because you're just taking a space. And the money got to come and take care of the house. Or better said, he wants her to quit her job. And then he can't afford to pay. And he don't want to work he don't want to work no extra hours now. So how he going to work extra hours and she going to sit at home? Sit at home and take care of the kids. Are you nuts? She would go insane. You would be nuts after half the time. Okay. And she's working as hard as she's working because he's not willing to. Okay. And he doesn't really, this is what you do. You spend time with the kids. Tell him he either spend time with the kids so you can work so the bills can be paid, get a second job, make X amount of money so we can pay our bills, or we get a divorce. In that case, then you be paying even more money. You be paying child support at that time. Those are the only acceptable options that you got. Okay? One is unreasonable all the way to the reasonable one, right? And I wouldn't even get into no argument or conversation about this. These are our choices. Then you got to let him decide. You want this marriage or you don't want this marriage. Because you've already compromised and sacrificed. Yeah, divorce. Sometimes divorce is the option. Sometimes divorce is the option. Sometimes, look, what would you do if if a woman refused to give you sex and cook? What would you do if your wife refused to give you sex and to cook? Just doing the basic things a woman is supposed to do. You be ready to find you somebody else. Okay, he refuses to work and be able to pay bills to take care of his family or watch his kids. Those are basic duties that a husband and a man and a wife and whatever needs to do every day. Those are the basic skills. That's what I just said. I just said sit down and have a talk. Tell him he got to spend time with his kids and help while I can make some money to pay the bills. He either get a second job and makes X amount of money so I don't have to work, or either we get a divorce. But it can only be one of those three things. And I let him make the choice. Okay. But we too poor for him to tell me that he ain't gonna watch the kids when I don't have nobody else to watch the kids. What did he expect me to do? Yeah, but I mean, that's an ideal situation. You know, when you got a reasonable partner, when your partner is reasonable and your partner says, okay, that's the thing. Partners are supposed to be making decisions in their mind independently and then come together and express their ideas and see how they flesh out. Hey, hon, I need to go back to work because we need to make some more money. What can we do about the kids? Oh, okay. Well, I can only watch them 2 times. I can only watch them 2 times a week because I got to go work X, Y, and Z. Do you want me to can we find somebody? Should we hire somebody? What can we do? Not automatically off the bat, he's not supposed to say, I ain't watching them kids. You better find somebody else to watch them. No, that's not how that goes. And for somebody to come to you and say that, which is what he said, means he don't want to be married. Or he don't want to take care of his kids. Now, you don't want to be married. So I'm saying sometimes you just have that option on the table. People put those options on the table. Some people put options on the table that you have not considered. Only until they get on the table do you have to consider them. Because that don't make sense to me if you're trying to sabotage the family. And her too. Her too. If she refused to do whatever she needed to do, her too. But it was him who did that. So I'm saying, give him the option to choose. If he wants to be married, he'll figure it out. He will. It just is what it is. But those are the serious letters that I got today for the letters to the marriage. And we only did it for 45 minutes because I'm the only married person up here talking, and we don't have any other married people, and it's okay because I had a live earlier, and we've been full of news and piss and vinegar because of the goddamn Diddy. Because of Diddy. But I thank y'all for showing up. Hey, we will be back at it again. We're going to be back at it again. Don't worry about it. I will be back. You know I'll be back. I thank y'all for showing up, though.